Yes, people, welcome back to the Rams Stand. I hope everyone is doing well at this moment in time. A disappointing result last night. A disappointing result for the Reds. Liverpool losing 2-1 to Wolves at the Molineux at the very death. You can't get any worse than this, man. You can't. You say that people used to say you can't get any worse than this, but it has gotten worse. We have lost to a Wolves side that is on the up in resurgence, but the manner that we lost, the performance that we produced, not good enough. Not good enough at all. And if you're telling me that we're going into this game and you're saying that we're gonna lose comfortably against a Wolves side, then I can't help you there, man. I can't help you there. Big up Carmino. I hope everyone is doing well at this moment in time. I hope everyone's doing better than what I am. I had a better day than I had. But make sure you like the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. On the road to 1,000 subscribers if you haven't already as well. But let's get into it. Like I said in the intro, a poor performance at Molineux. Was it expected? Relatively so. Liverpool aren't in very good form at the moment. Wolves are coming up on a resurgence. The fact that they played well against Villa, got a very good victory against Aston Villa. They have been playing well ever since that Arsenal draw that they got in the last minute. But most importantly, the way that we've been playing for most part in majority of the games since 2026 and probably for the rest of this whole entire season in the Premier League, has not been good enough. Hasn't been at the level of a champion. And you look at the game yesterday, lack of control, lack of innovation, lack of flair or any form of desire or just it just felt flat. It felt so flat. Even the commentators yesterday who don't really say stuff like this, they were saying how boring the game was. The fact that Wolves weren't even doing anything, it was mainly us having the ball, and it's an indictment on Liverpool itself. The fact that the commentators are saying that the football is boring, not creating anything. The chances that we had weren't good enough, weren't good quality chances. Our best chance was from a corner kick, which was inadvertently cleared off the line by our own player. Like, where do we go from here? Like, every time I feel as though we're making some form of progress, whether it be getting points on the board, certain players are starting to really find their feet. There's always something in the line that will just push us back 2 spaces. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Pick up Connor as always. All right, bro. Did you get your take? No, but I did get recompensated for it. Don't worry about that. I did get recompensated. But big up yourself, Connor. Hope you're doing well, bro. Big up Carmino. Liverpool need to buy Bastoni and Barcola. Those are the 2 that we need. I don't even know if Bastoni's at the level anymore. It's just hard. It's just hard to find good quality centre backs, and the fact that we've got 2 top quality centre backs, and they're still putting in performances like that. I mean, to be fair, Ibu didn't play that badly yesterday, but Virgil yesterday, bro. Question needs to be asked about that guy as well. Big question needs to be asked about that guy. Big up Yars as always, man. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Like what Yars says, hit the like button, people. I appreciate everyone that's watching the video or watching the live stream at this moment in time. But let's get into it. Liverpool losing 2-1. So we'll start off with the first half. And I need to speak about a very damning stat. Very, very damning stat. Liverpool, away from home, this Premier League season has only scored 3 goals in the first half. 3 goals in the first half away from home. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Do you know how embarrassing to say to your own team that they can't score a goal in the first half away from home? Are we that mentally fragile that we can't score a goal? Do we lack that much quality to score a goal in the first half? Set the precedence in a game. But how is it we've only scored 3 goals in the first half against away from home in the Premier League. 3 goals. Like, we've got top quality talent. This is the majority of these players that are in this team were the same players of last season. How has it changed that fundamentally that we've regressed by, like, I don't even know how many goals we scored. I think we probably scored about 20 or 30 goals in the first half of at this point away from home. At this very moment in time, we probably scored about 20, 30 goals in the first half. I remember it's just we played a lot better football. Granted, we were lucky at times, but we still scored so many goals. Where has it gone wrong? Where has it gone wrong, man? And yesterday was just an indictment on that. The fact that we didn't create any clear-cut opportunities. Our best opportunity was probably that putt shot from Frimpong from outside the box, which be blasted over the bar. The fact that we never really penetrated the final third. We had so many different opportunities where players made the wrong decisions. Players are either not being able to penetrate because they lack the quality, the individual quality to get the goals. It's just overall been very, very poor there. And when there is no individual quality, there is no passages of play. Absolutely zero passages of play. And last night, I felt as though we regressed back to the dumb tactics that we used at the start of the season. Why is Milos Kerkez inverting and playing as an extra midfielder? Like, at times yesterday, you saw that he was best suited on the overlap, crossing the ball in, being an absolute danger for the opposition. The same with Frimpong. The one thing that Frimpong has that nobody else has is that blistering pace. I guarantee you, no one in that Wolves defensive line can keep up with Frimpong, especially from 5 yards out. If you put him in a foot race with anybody, he will probably clear them in the first 15 yards. But again, we don't do that. We're asking him to invert into the midfield, act as an extra centre back if need be, instead of asking him to be a touchline wing back, just going up and down the field, being a menace to the opposition with your pace. We don't do that at all. How is it that myself, and I'm going to keep saying this, me, Ram, sitting in the front room, sitting in his study, sitting in front of the TV, watching Liverpool, and I'm noticing all this, but yet the manager isn't doing all this stuff. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Big up yours. Don't worry, Ram. I'm going to get on to Matt later for stealing your food. Big up, Matt. Big up, Matt. Big up, Matt. Big up, Kickers. I hope you're doing well, bro. I hope you're doing well. We have dropped points in more than half our Prem games. Lost 9, drawn 6, played 26. And again, that is damning. That is absolutely damning. Losing 9 games and drawn 6 in 29 games. The regression from this football club, this team has been it's been preposterous, man. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Big up Adil, man. Hope you're doing well. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, bro. Like the video. Appreciate you being here. Always welcome with new people coming into this. Appreciate you being here, bro. Appreciate you being here. Why does Slot do it, bro? Why? I don't know. And do you know what the worst part of all this? Slot actually believes that the system works. Slot actually believes that the system that we're playing, having Mo Salah, a 33-year-old Mo Salah playing as a touchline winger, asking him to beat his man every single moment he has the ball, he believes it still works. He believes that having Kirk as an inverted fullback works. He believes that Frimpong not being a touchline wingback, using his pace to go past players, he believes that he's better suited in the midfield in a congested area. It works. All the stuff that I'm saying, the manager believes it works. And that is very, very worrying. Very worrying. Remember what I said? I said this on Kopish on multiple occasions. I said it on Jamie's channel. Big up Jamie and big up Kopish. The only way we would win this Champions League is by changing the way we're playing football. And the thing is, the manager is not doing that. If anything, he's regressing back to the old ways that weren't working. Back to the days of 9 in 12. 9 losses in 12 games. He hasn't changed anything. And look, I'm still going to maintain it. If we win the Champions League, I'm gonna change my tune about Arne Slot. The reason why, you can't fugazi a Champions League with these kind of tactics. You can't. The way we're playing, you can't win a Champions League. There's too many oppositions in the Champions League that are better than us, quality wise. They're tactically more aware compared to us, and they have overall pace and power compared to us. I'm talking the likes of Bayern. Bayern is tactically ahead of us. The quality of players maybe the same if both teams were fully fit, but it's the tactical awareness is what's lacking with our team. The nuance, the ability to manage a game, because what we lack is a lot of individual brilliance. The majority of the individual brilliance that we had is either not being played to the best of his abilities, or they're not available. And when I say they're not available, I'm talking about two of our most expensive signings in Wirtz and Isak. That is what's really bugging me. Regardless of what Isak, if Wirtz or Isak aren't there, we still got quality in this team to go out and win football matches and win football matches against bottom of the league teams. I'm not asking you to go to Old Trafford and play scintillating football, play them off the park, dominate them from start to finish. I'm not asking you to go to the Etihad to do that. But surely a club like Liverpool Football Club, the standards that we have, champions of England, we can do that at the Molineux. Is that too much to ask? I don't think it's too much to ask. But when it comes to some of these players and the manager, it seems like an eternity for that to happen. I think the team has mentally checked out for the season in the league. Loving the content, bro. Keep it up and can't wait for Friday night gaming. I appreciate it, bro. I will make a video about the gaming stuff, so there will be some changes happening in regards to that. But I will upload a video in regards to it. But the Friday night gaming will stay the same. It will be the Friday night special with Drifty. I have spoken to other content creators as well. They're more than happy to join in the PS5 the gaming streams. So we have some people in the pipeline that are more than happy to jump in. So we'll be we'll get bigger and bigger, and it'll be a lot more entertaining for you guys as well for the Friday night streams. But big up Connor, big up your damn self. Every game makes me angry watching them. All lethargic, slow passing, and no passion. Facts. Exactly what I mean. Lethargic, no desire, no willingness to run the hard yards to get us the win. The slow, lethargic passing, the lack of ideas, and you know what? At times, a lack of passion as well. Wolves showed more passion in that game, and they know what's going to happen to themselves. They know that they're most likely going to go down. But how is it a team that is fighting for Champions League spots to prove a point to everyone that we're not going to lie down? How is it that a team that's almost knows what their fate's going to be, and yet they showed more fight compared to this Liverpool team? Have some of these players, ain't they got no shame, bro? Have they no shame? Embarrassing losing to Wolves the way we did. I get it. If it was a dodgy decision in the last minute where we played well, the goalkeeper turned into Superman, and we peppered them and we ripped them to shreds, but somehow the ball just didn't want to go in the back of the net, I will hear it. But the way that we played yesterday, the lack of ideas and the lack of quality, you can't excuse that. You can't excuse that. In no way, shape, or form you can excuse that. Big up Liam. So many 90th minute goals against us show us when we are mentally weak. Exactly. Mentality monsters are gone. The mentality monsters that we knew are gone. I don't know where they've gone, but they've gone. And I don't think they're going to come back this season, unfortunately. I really don't see how these players are going to really turn it around. The players look checked out. The manager looked devoid of any ideas. The manager's making stupid mistake after stupid mistake. The manager's being tactically inept in games. The players are making individual errors. The players can't produce any form of quality at all. It's just, It's just like a long pile of lists of so many faults going on at Liverpool. It's probably going to be this thick, probably this thick. Someone can make a proper thesis, about how bad Liverpool have been this season. A proper thesis. Big up, Mystical, bro. It's been a mess since October, and we still have the same conversation every week. That's what I'm saying. It's been the same conversation every week, and I'm getting. You know what? I don't like saying this, but I don't. It's getting sick and tired. It's getting sick and tired of saying the same damn thing every week. Big up Tom Little yesterday on the terrace, saying the same thing that we both said about 3 or 4 months ago. He had the diamond. He stumbled upon that formation, the structure, the fact that it forces our players to play the in positions that and the instructions that they have. It suits their game. But what did I tell him? It's the same thing. We've been saying this for 3 and 4 months, and he's not going to change. And he's not going to change at all. But people will say I'm slot in because if he wins the Champions League, but doesn't want to take in the context. We can only win a Champions League if we play good football. We can only win a Champions League if we show tactical nous and don't show any tactical ineptitude. What are we doing? Poor defending, lack of awareness when you're within your team, and not showing any signs of changing the way you're playing to get the best out of these players. We're not going to get the best out of these players the way we're playing. Absolutely not. And I think, you know what, I'm gonna remove myself from the stream. Looking at crazy. I don't know what you can do with this. Like, there's probably only a handful of players yesterday that actually played well. Who are we gonna say? We'll go through the entire team. We'll go through the entire team and go and you know what? People in the comments. There's about 16 people in the comments. Big up your damn selves. Like the video if you haven't already. I want you just to give me a yes or no answer. Big up, John. I can see you, bro. I hope you're doing well. I want a yes or no answer of all these players if they played well. Did Alisson play well? I don't think he played well. The second goal was his fault in many cases. The fact that he was under no pressure. And you know what? People will highlight the mistake to show that he can't distribute, but the entire game he was actually quite decent distributing. Just that one mistake, but that mistake costs everything. Like I said, people saying here, big up Liam, no, John, no, exactly. Did Frimpong play well yesterday? His little cameo, I would say cameo because he's still not fully fit. I think he was all right. Wouldn't say he played very well, but he was good. He was above par. He was above par. Would you say that? Would you agree with that? Yep. Fine. Konate. Would you say that he was good yesterday? Was he okay? Was he above par? Or was he par? For me, I think he was par. I didn't think he had the only mistake that he made led to the first goal. But other than that, he was more or less immaculate. Very good. If he didn't make that mistake, I think people would have given him a very good score rating. Yep, I'm seeing a lot of yes. Konate was good. Facts. Virgil van Dijk, perfectly. I don't think he was that great yesterday. Didn't think he had to do much. But when he had to do something, nowhere to be seen. It's all easy to go up against Adam Armstrong, who's about 5'6" and weighs about 65 kg. He's probably a third of your weight. Not good enough. Exactly. No. Honestly, VVD wasn't on it at all. Says a lot. Kirkes, you know what? I'm not going to count Kirkes because Kirkes, it looked as though he picked up an injury, but I think he played okay. I think he was okay yesterday, but obviously when he picked up that injury, it just didn't look the same. But I'll give him a bye. I think he was okay as well. Kirkes was okay. Who else was playing? McAllister. McAllister was okay. Again, we're past February, we're into March. You know, end of season McAllister. He comes. Now he comes to the party. You know it is. Ooh, no. Is this for Kirkes or is this for McAllister? If it's for Kirkes, I think that's a bit too harsh on that. Because when he was doing what he was asked to do, ooh, I cannot with Maka anymore, man. He isn't the same player. I agree, but I still think he was okay. I still think he was okay. Obviously, the best of a bad bunch, but he was okay yesterday. Nah, there's no. Kirkes was fine. Um, fair enough. I think we can all agree. I think we could go on to the attacking lineup because I think we can agree. Gravenberch wasn't good yesterday, which we'll get on to. Sobosai wasn't good yesterday, which probably leads on to one of the points about this formation. Gakpo and Salah, disaster class. I don't know what's happened to Salah, but he looks like a shadow of himself. Gakpo is Gakpo. We'll get on to those two. Ekitike played well. So off the top of my head, Ekitike, when he had the ball, but he was probably non-existent. So again, par. Ekitike was par. Kirkes was okay. McAllister would probably be a lot of disagreement with McAllister, but I think McAllister was par. Konate was good. Frimpong was okay, and Kirkes was okay. How many players were that? And bearing in mind the barometer is very, very low. The barometer is who was bad, who was okay, and who was good. Out of 11 players, only one player was good at the starting 11. Only one player, and that was Ibu Konate. Three of them were about par, and the rest were poor. And the worst part is the most important players in that team were the worst players. The wingers, the DM, the centre midfielder, and the centre back, and the goalkeeper as well. Basically, that entire spine that we had was poor. Not good enough. And there was no wonder that we weren't able to beat Wolves. If your spine, the most important part of your football team that will win you matches, win you league titles, win you the major trophies, and they're putting in stinkers, are we surprised that we're losing? Are we surprised that we're losing football matches? Are we surprised that we're not playing well? I think it says a lot. The fact that we all unanimously agreed, Allison, we all unanimously agreed, Virgil, we all unanimously agreed, Grav, we all unanimously agreed, Salah, Gakpo. That is basically our spine right there. Our spine right there. And they were all poor. All very, very poor, man. All very, very poor. Big up Fozzy, man. You know what, Fozzy, are you available, bro? If you want, you can jump on, bro. You can jump onto the stream, bro. More than happy to send you over the link, bro. More than happy to do that. It's the same issues when it comes to Grab. Doesn't play well. The backline goes into shambles. Exactly. Doesn't play well. He doesn't play as the DM. You know, that license to go forward. Can't make a simple. You know what? The one thing I'd give Grav, he could make a 5-yard pass, but now he can't do it anymore. I don't know what's happened to the guy. Send me the link on Twitter. Yeah, 100% do that, bro. Give me 1 second. I forgot to tweet the stream out as well, which is a bit poor on my part. Hang on, let me get this up. Fozzy. There you are. Direct message. Oh my days. Are you kidding me? Oh, why are you doing this to me now, man? Why are you doing this to me now? I don't know why it's doing this to me. You know what? I'm going to use my phone instead. Here we are. Control C. Let me WhatsApp it to myself. Me. There we are. Give me 1 second, Fozzie. I'm going to send you the link right now. There we are. Don't know why my laptop, it won't let me send it over to you, but what am I doing, man? There we are. There we are. Here you are. Just send it over to you, Fozzie. And also, I've also got your message as well, bro. Definitely, we'll do that. There we are. There we are. Yeah. Again, we can't pass the ball, can't defend. What can we do? Wharton, Fernandez to replace Maka and Jones. Does anyone think I'm being dumb or reasonable? I'm not too sold on Fernandez. I think people have been shocked by me saying this, but I haven't been sold on him. I haven't been sold on him at all. If anyone that knows me, I am a massive fan of Richard Rios. Richard Rios is a very, very talented footballer that plays for Benfica. Very strong in the challenge. Very, very energetic. Provides a lot of bite into that midfield as well. Like, is it's just one of those ones. It's one of those ones, and for me, I kind of prefer someone like a Richard Rios in my midfield, and the fact that he's played at the highest level as well is someone that I would preferably want. But Fernandez is decent, but I just don't think he's of that level. I think Richard Rios for me is of that level. And plus, I've known about the guy for quite a while. Heck, I wanted him back in the Liverpool days. Back in the Liverpool days, man. Back in the Klopp days. I thought it would be Klopp's kind of player. What about Buwadi? I don't want any more dictators, bro. We have too many of those. I want like a strong, combative midfielder that will do the dirty work. A bit like a Mascherano. A bit like a Mascherano who'll go into challenges, not be afraid to get a booking, but will still provide that bite that we need. Because that's what we're lacking. The midfield is lacking someone with a little bit of bite, with a little bit of a nasty streak. Because our midfield has become too soft. Become too soft now. I think that comes for the entire team as well. I think we've all become a little bit too soft. No one happy to take the game by the scruff of the neck. No responsibility, no leadership. Imagine that. I'm saying all this stuff. No responsibility, no leadership in a team that contains the likes of Virgil, the likes of Soboslai, the likes of Salah. There's so many leaders that we call leaders, and they're not even there. They're not there at all. I agree. We need the Fabinho replacement. Still, problem is Fabinho replacement is not available. There is no Fabinho replacement in the world anymore. There's absolutely none at the moment because Fabinho for me was a little bit of a unicorn. Didn't have the mobility, but the defensive awareness and the defensive nous was there. But but also the passing ability, man. The passing ability of the guy was so underrated, so underappreciated as well. So we're just gonna have to wait and see, bro. We're gonna have to wait and see. What do you think about Klopp? What do you think about the story of Klopp wanting out of Red Bull? I've made a joke. I made a joke about Klopp moving to Red Bull because of the fact that Klopp was never a fan of Red Bull in the first place, the way they conducted themselves in the Bundesliga. Never been a fan about the way that they've manage things at Liverpool, the fact that they're a multi-club system. Sorry, not Liverpool, Leipzig, multi-club system and that. I always thought that he was going to destroy them from within. And it's clear as day that he's apparently doing that. So we'll just have to wait and see. But big up your damn self, Fozzie. Hope you do. Let me get you one here. Where are you? There you are. There you are. Big up, Fozzie, man.
Yeah, bro.
Jumping on as well. A lot to say, bro. A lot to say. A lot to say about this this football club. I'm not going to put this team is the entire football club in general, because I'm also looking at the hierarchy as well.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. You know what I mean? I said it in the beginning of the season. Everything we did in the preseason till now is just awful, bro. It's played out the way it's not supposed to play out. If you know what I mean, Ram.
Mm,
We supposed to like buy new players and slowly integrate them into the obviously team, and
mm,
then we kick off. You know what I mean? That's how us.
yeah.
You know, like start with the players that you already have, about 9 or 10 players that's already won the Premier League, and then slowly integrate the new players into the team. And then eventually, in the second part of the season, we're going to be kicking off. I mean, you know, to the final stages of the Premier League and the Champions League. But he's done everything wrong this season, Ram. We don't look like we're going to improve at any time. We look like we're void of ideas. We just look all over the place. The team the team's just we're rubbish, bro. And
Mm,
the only way we could fix this, because we're forgetting, guys, like this is 10 years in the making, Ram. This team, you know what I mean? The way we are consistently winning competitions, always in
mm,
finals, and getting back to the Liverpool that I grew up with. You guys are younger, but I grew up with a team that used to win things on a regular basis. Then obviously the 90s, we saw what happened over there, and then we come back with Jurgen in the last 10 years.
yeah.
That's what I was expecting us, you know, to be like. But with this guy now, man, we're just going the other way around. It doesn't look like we're going to stop in a time soon as well. We're just getting worse every single time we watch Liverpool, and every
Mhm,
game we watch Liverpool at the moment, man. It doesn't matter if we win or lose or draw. It's the same movie. Nothing's changed. We're not exciting to watch. We're boring to watch. There's the players are making the same passes, same mistakes, same errors. Every error actually leads to goals now. You know what I mean, on a regular basis. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
yeah.
And and we can't fix it. We can't fix it because you know what it is, Ram. You know, in football terms, when a manager is void of ideas and continues doing the same mistakes again and again, he ain't gonna improve, mate. It's gonna be this.
Mm,
You know what I mean? It's just gonna be getting worse.
yeah.
So as- before the disease spreads in this football club, nip it in the bud, man. Go and get the right man. I say get Klopp back. If they go and apologize to Klopp or something, beg him to come back or something because he wants to come back. From what I've seen, that last interview he had with that gentleman who supports Man United.
Mm,
So get him back somewhere somehow, or get someone else if he doesn't want to get back, like Alonso or someone that's gonna put life into this football club, bro. I've been going to games this season. Anfield is a library now, man. Anfield is dead.
Can
If
I
you
add can I add some worry to what you just said, Fozzie, especially with that last person you mentioned, Alonso? If Alonso is available right now, if they wanted Alonso, they would have already got him.
yeah,
So
then
it's clear that they don't want him.
then they got to do something, mate. I don't know who's the next person they're trying to get. You know what I mean, the next
Mm,
person has to be. I don't know if you agree with me, Ram. What an emotional club, bro. You know what I mean? It has to be someone that relates to the fans and the football club. You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's what we need. If we don't have that, this is what you're gonna get.
The closest managers that you could do that for right now. Do you know who would do that?
Mm,
Obviously, you got the big two. I like to call them the big two. You know who I'm talking about, Enrique and Flick,
yeah.
because they both manage the big teams. They know what it's like to win for the big teams as well.
Mm,
I genuinely believe if we had Maresca here, he would understand the energy of the fans. He would play his style of football,
yeah.
but it wouldn't be like this bad. He will still understand that Liverpool is all about emotion. He will feel the emotion and
Yeah.
everything like that. He'll definitely do something like that. I know people will say Flick with the high line, but when I saw him at Germany, I don't know what I genuinely believe from what I've
Yeah.
seen of the tactics.
Mm,
He only plays that high line so that the two players that he knows that can win games, Lamine Yamal and
mm,
Rafinha, they
mm.
see the ball a lot quicker. That's the only way I see it. Only logic because we play the same. Klopp play the same way. Why do
Yeah.
we have the high line? So we have Mane and Salah on the ball as quick as
Push it up.
possible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
literally, that's how I see it. But the one thing I want to mention, we touched upon it originally, but very
Mm.
slowly.
I do speak fast sometimes. Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine. Richard Hughes
Mm.
and Michael Edwards. There's been a lot of stuff going around. Obviously, they're mentioning the stuff about Klopp and Edwards back in the day that Klopp couldn't deal with the way Edwards wanted to run the football club. There's also been some rumors that a lot of managers are a little bit tentative working with Michael Edwards with the way that they want it, with the vision that they see Liverpool.
Yeah.
Is that a worry for you? A big worry?
I've always asked this question, Ram. Like, and I asked him. Obviously, I asked the other guys like Hussam and Jamie, everyone that I work with, even Matt on Kopish. He was in Hussam's channel once. I've always asked this question: what's the ambition of this club, Ram? Like, what is our 5-year plan? You know what I mean? Like, what do we want to get to as a football club? Do we want to be dominant? I mean, not dominant in the sense of winning the league every season. That's impossible. But being in and around what Man City do, something like that. And the more I look into it, bro, I don't think this club is ever going to be that club that people wants it to be. If you know what I mean, in regards to being the old Liverpool that's Shankly built, that kind of Liverpool. And with Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, what they did this summer, in my opinion, is criminal. And I've asked a lot of questions. We've been on streams together around this season, more than we've ever done before. You know what I mean? And I keep coming back to it. Like, we didn't really strengthen the squad that much, bro. We've weakened the squad. We've got in 7 players, got rid of, was it 10 and plus loan players, something like that. So if you're going for a championship, Ram, why would you weaken that squad that you had last season? If you know what I mean, if you want to win the league again, you don't do things like that. So this is why I come into that with them too. They're as much as to blame with obviously Arne Slot and everything around the club, because we're not in a position to retain league titles. We're not in a position to even go next season. We're in a position right now we could be at the top 5.
Yeah.
So they haven't done their job, either. So you can't just blame one guy who's managing the team. the hierarchies have done a lot of mistakes. You get rid of the bench, you bring another bench. You get rid of the Diaz, you make sure someone's coming across the other way when Diaz is leaving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we haven't done things like that. And not only that, we know what we needed this summer the most: a centre back and a DM who's a destroyer that will help the team through. When we need the fear factor in that midfield, that's what we're missing. Look at our midfield, bro. Everybody's saying let's get these passing midfielders, water and all that stuff. But where's the fear factor gonna come from? If you look at the greatest team, Ram, and I know you watch a lot of football outside the Premier League and all around the world, the greatest teams that ever existed, they always had that destroyer in the middle that would take no bullshit.
Or
And
bastard.
a
bastard, basically.
Yeah, that's what we need. And we haven't even done that. So they haven't done their job, in my opinion, this summer. They weakened us, bro.
Yeah.
And we're worse off than last season because at least the bench performed last season. Darwin Núñez away at Brentford. What did he do, Ram? Came on, scored 2 goals. We won that game. We could have lost. I mean, Jota away at Nottingham Forest, 1-0 down. What did he do? Come in, headed the ball in, 1-1. We got another point on the board, so we could, get that league title. We don't have things like that anymore, bro.
Yeah.
We're bringing on Robertson, bro, from the bench to change games nowadays, bro. And the Chiesa, confidence gone. That guy is dead to the world now. And he doesn't even do anything when he comes on. So what's the point? What have they done to make the team better? So, like I said, it's not just the coach. You got to look at those guys as well. They haven't done their job, man. Because they bought us great signings, by the way. But is that the positions we needed the players the most? No. You got to start from defense to go to the front. That's how you strengthen things. Remember when we didn't have Alisson, we didn't have Van Dijk, we didn't have the spine of the team like Fabinho as well. Once we started getting those players into the team, that's when Liverpool started winning, and that's what we don't have this time, bro.
That's the worrying thing, is that we're starting to see that spine that you talked about with Alisson, Virgil, and Alisson, Virgil, and Salah starting to go away.
Yeah.
Problem is, I'm not gonna change my tune on the summer. I still think the summer transfer window was good. The way that because again, a lot of the players that I wanted the club to sign, they got them. Kirkes was one of them. Frimpong, I think the only one that wasn't one of them was Frimpong.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't too keen on Frimpong as a winger. But I think it's because of the
You
lack
watch
of.
German football. I know you watch German football. You said to me.
It's the fact that he's not very good defensively. Like as a defender, when I talk about defending, I'm more like not recovery defending. It's more like be in the right position, the way that you defend, your body language and everything. He just didn't have it. He was a lot of the time
Yeah.
was recovery pace,
Yeah.
and I felt as though we could have got someone a little bit more defensively aware than him. But again, he's probably proven me wrong the most out of everyone because I think it shows that without him we look a lot poor.
Yeah. We do.
Kirk,
Especially
as
when
I
he
was
came off yesterday. Yeah, when he came off as well yesterday, we looked poor.
Yeah, to be fair, he shouldn't have started. The fact, again, look, again, perfect example. Nuno Espirito Santo, Wolves in 2019-20.
Yeah.
Why did they always bring on Adama Traore? Why? Pace and power.
Yeah.
He was the fastest and he was the strongest out of everybody. So
Yeah.
no defender, whether you're in a low block or anything, will be able to catch up with him.
Yeah.
We use Frimpong the exact same way. We know he's not fully fit. We know he can't last for a single game. We know he's just come back from injury. So why do we play him at the very get-go instead of him up against tired legs?
Exactly, bro.
It's just
smart decisions, as they call it, isn't it? This guy is dumb, mate. He's dumb. He's a dumb manager, my friend. I'm sorry. I know that he's won the Premier League and all that stuff. It's an insult, like calling him dumb. But the decisions he makes, my friend, is so amateurish, man. And it's unreal. This is not a job where you learn the job. You should be a finished article manager at Liverpool Football Club. We ain't here to teach you the job. You should be already there. That's why we actually got you. You know what I mean? Richard Hughes spent 2 weeks with him before he actually decides to get him through the door. Do you know that, Ram?
Yeah.
He went to the training ground, everything, stayed there for 2 weeks.
And Fozzie, do you know what the worst bit is? Do you know what the worst bit? Because I understand. You know what? When he first signed, I looked at Feyenoord. Obviously, I've got a couple of mates from the Netherlands, so they obviously know what he's all about. And they were like, bro, it makes sense. His style of football is not too dissimilar when he played at Feyenoord. I get a phone call from them this season, and they're like, this ain't Liverpool. This ain't Feyenoord football. This is completely different. We haven't seen this before.
Yeah.
This is more what Ajax do rather than what Feyenoord's very direct football, fast. That's how they've always been.
Yeah.
This is Ajax. This is possession football, trying to get everyone to attack and defend at the same time. This isn't what he did. And this is the worrying bit because we're at a point where the manager isn't playing the football that the club wanted him to recreate. He's playing something different. And the fact that the club isn't seeing that as well is an issue.
It is.
That is a massive issue. But before we get any further, I obviously want to big up Judge Mo for the raid. Big up Judge Mo. I can see a couple of people coming in. Big up Judge, the fraud, the inter-fraud. We'll get to your a comment, Ryan, because I have to talk about someone because he'll get upset. Big up Mr. Perfecto for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you being here, bro. I feel like the 450 was meant to solve the transition of Salah, VVD, Trent out of the squad and kick LSC into serial winning, but it's looking bleak now. It was meant to.
It was meant to, yeah.
It was meant to.
Isak Salah replacing goals and things like that, and Ikitike taking over. And all of a sudden, everything went pear-shaped. But carry on, Rep. Sorry, bro.
No. As you said it right there. Like you talk about Isak with the goals, Ekitike to be the reliable backup behind him. You have Wirtz to be the more creative outlet when Trent was gone. Kerkez was meant to be, well, he was the direct replacement for Robertson. Robertson and Kerkez. If you look at Robertson in 2017 or 2016-17, they are so similar.
Yeah,
people forget how so similar they are, and the fact that we're using the way we are is just ridiculous at this point. So ridiculous. I can't believe it. What did we ask for? We just wanted Robertson when he was younger. We've got Robertson when he was younger, but we're just still not using him the same way. It's crazy.
Instead of like going out wide and doing the runs.
And I'm like, you got a proper wing back. Like he's a fullback, but he's also naturally a wing back. If you wanted a fullback that can transition inside, why didn't you go and get Hato instead?
Exactly.
Why didn't you get him? Like Stott, he's your Dutch brethren. You know him very, very well. You know how he plays. Why didn't you ask the club to sign him instead if you were going to do this inverted stuff?
Spot on, Thinking about Hato, who could play as a DM as well as a centre back and a left back. You're right. You could do the inverted thing. You're right about that. You know what it is, bro? You know what it is, man? Let me tell you something about Arne Slot. I figured out this season. Remember all last season, bro, what they were doing to him. At the end of the season, they were saying to him, you know, Slot, like you've been playing with Jurgen's formation. You've been obviously using Jurgen's players and all that stuff throughout the season. You know what I mean? Basically Jurgen's won the league. Normal circumstances, Ram. Yeah, a good, knowledgeable manager, good in the brain, like intact manager, would just ignore that crap, wouldn't he? Like, he would say, you know what, sod you guys all. I don't care what you're saying. I've won the league with my obviously style of football, and plus, you know, the players Jurgen had before didn't win the league with him, so I've won the league. That's how you That's how you reverse it.
Or just say like, you do realize me and Jurgen play very similar styles of football.
Yeah, so that's what I would have said. I would just ignore the Jurgen, you know, the chit chatter. But unfortunately, what happened, Ram, is he fell for the trap. He's forgetting the press are your rivals as well as Liverpool fans. You don't just get Liverpool fans doing the reporting. You get Arsenal fans, you get Man United fans, you get Man City fans asking you questions. So they will rile you up somewhere somehow. So as we already found out this season, he's very sensitive, Ram. He's a very guy. He's a guy. If you say a few things, he will take it to heart instead of like blow it, you know, throw it away, just push it away. And that's why this season he's trying to change away from the Jurgen style of football. Like you said, you found your friend. This ain't Liverpool playing. This is not the final way of playing, because he's trying to completely get rid of that kind of football. And unfortunately, it backfired on him. That's how I see it. I don't know if you agree with me with that one. He just fell for the trap. He doesn't understand the Premier League is different, Ram. The Premier League is that kind of league where rivals will, you know, put you in a situation it's uncomfortable. You just, if you're a good manager, you will just blow it out the way. You don't really, you ignore it. You don't really, you know, retaliate to things like that. And he did. That's what I think.
I don't know. I 100% hear where you're coming from. Like, the one thing I had when it came to this was, I was glad in the sense of there was always this how do you say it, prerequisite with Dutch managers, the bad trait that they like to have when it comes to their styles of football and their philosophies, as we call it. You look at Van Gaal and Cruyff had an argument about philosophies. Frank de Boer was a manager at Crystal Palace, and he stuck by his philosophies even though it was horrible. And I thought with this guy, he could be a bit different. He's a bit different. And the one thing you said about it took us 10 years for us to build this, I've always been of the mindset of football has evolved now. Football has evolved from you can no longer do what Abramovich did back in the day, buy whoever, change the manager and get a tune out of it. It doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately, in the modern game. What Man City did as well. What it's become what Barcelona did back in the day. You have an identity, philosophy, you see it through. You have a style of play, you see it through. You have a way of nurturing players, you see it through. And you buy players specific for that style and for that team.
Exactly.
Why was Man City so good? Because originally in 2017, when they signed Pep, they had a plan. They had a plan of how they want to see the football club. Where Pep was there, I think the guy's name, I always butcher his name, Cheeky Burlig, but I can't say his name. The sporting director when he was there, I'll call him Cheeky.
Yeah,
he was there as well. They had a plan. They bought the players that they wanted, and they bought the players that suited their style of play. That's why they've been so successful and so dominant for the past decade, because of that style of play. We could only match that because we had our own style of play. But obviously the finances that we had compared to Man City, it couldn't corroborate. It was going to be one option. There's only going to be one thing that's going to happen. But now we've done all that hard work during those 10 years, and we're going from one philosophy to a different. By the way, we had a very, very German style of philosophy, very Italian back in the day when
Yeah.
it was high line pressing, trying to dominate the team and control the
Mhm.
game by making it in the opposition's half.
Mhm.
We are gone from that to a completely westward style of play where it was Netherlands back in the day, total football,
Yeah.
possession style, control,
Yeah.
making sure that the opposition doesn't see any of the ball,
Yeah.
which we've never been. We've only done it in spells. We've only done it in 20-minute spells where we dominate the game, opposition doesn't have a ball, and we basically destroy them in 20 minutes.
There you
And
go.
then we take the foot off the gas and then we'll
Yeah.
we'll do whatever.
We'll have a little rest or something. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the issue. The fact that we've gone so far the other way that
Mhm.
it's never going to work. It never works. We're not living in the Roman era no more, where you can buy whoever, no FFP, or
Yep.
you could buy specific signings and make it all work out. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's just never been that way. And
Yeah.
there's a reason why. Look, we may criticize him or we may not rate the guy.
Mhm.
Arteta's there because those guys at Arsenal had a plan
Exactly.
and they're
Exactly, man.
seeing it through.
You're spot on what you're saying there, bro. I agree 100%. And I talked about this earlier in another stream. I said, we're all talking about players individually as well, Ram. Don't forget, we're criticizing McAllister's, we're criticizing Gravenberch, we're criticizing, Salah, Gakpo, etc. There's one thing if one or two players are not performing, Ram, yeah? As a coach, that's what I do, is what I used to do that a lot. You know what I mean? I coach a few players. There's one thing when I look at a team, if one or two players are not performing, you could get them out of the team and get someone in to replace them and, obviously take their place.
Mm.
But when the entire team is not performing as one, Ram, what is that down to? Tactics. I mean, because don't forget, these players for the last 8 years, majority of them that's there right now, have been playing the same formations, the same tactics. So when you take them away from what they used to, and don't forget the players we bought is at the same time as well, they were there to fit the system that we already had because they were made for that system. Don't forget that. So when you're taking them all out of that kind of tactics they used to and try to implement a new one, which is foreign to them, why do you think the performances are going astray? Why do you think the performances are so bad right now? Because all I'm hearing is blaming this player, blaming that player, but not looking at the overall thing, which is the whole team is not performing, not just one or two players.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And it's the same people, it's the same culprits.
Yes.
It can't, you know what? Players don't become crap overnight.
Mm-mm.
They never
Mm-mm.
in the history of the game have they become crap overnight. Only one reason why. Only
Yeah.
one reason. They're not playing for the manager anymore.
The thing I'm going to ask you a quick question here. Are our players capable of doing things like that? Intentionally throwing games, not playing?
No.
There you go. I think it's the tactics, bro. We don't listen, bro. It's to me, if things ain't going right, what I would do is, you know what? Let's get back to the training ground. Let's go and look at videos. Let's even stay after training to punish these guys to, perform in the next game because they don't want to be staying after training anymore. Do you know what I mean? You got to do things like that. But I don't think we analyze individual players' performances because every single time we watch a game right now, it's the same mistakes, Ram. It's the same mistakes. It never changes. Gakpo makes the same mistakes. McAllister makes the same mistake. Szoboszlai, Salah, anyone that you could name, they make the same mistakes game in and game out. That means they don't do video analyzing. They don't look at the videos and look at the mistakes they have to improve on. That's how you do things. You improve it in the training ground, bro. And we don't do that. I see every single time the same movie and I'm sick of it, bro. I'm sick of watching this. And I want Berserk to do on my stream. I said, enough is enough now. Before this disease spreads into our football club and then we're going to go another 30 years, let's nip it in the bud now because once it spreads, bro, not only I'm worried if we're going to get at the Champions League, once you get that at the Champions League, you're not going to get the players that you want, and not only not get the players that you don't that you want, the players at your football club want to leave and go to bigger things. I mean, they see the club is not ambitious enough. So you're losing two parts of the important stages of you coming back to the top. And that's what scares me in the round when I'm looking at us at the moment, bro. Listen, I've been here before, bro. That's why I am the way I am. I've seen this from Graham Souness back in the day. The reason Liverpool haven't won the league for 30 years is because he made too many changes too soon, got in players that's not suited to Liverpool, and then 30 years later, we haven't seen a title since obviously Klopp has arrived. And I don't want to go through that again. I'm too old for this shit, man.
I don't really want to go for another 30 years, or to me, it'd be about 20, no. Yeah, it'd be about 23, 24 years when one of us saw the title. So I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that again.
Me, bro, like going through the 80s, watching our team win titles, and then it's just empty 30 years of it. You know what I mean? I can't go through that. You know, Klopp done amazing, bro. He did an amazing job, bro. Because we was finishing second for a lot of times down the years. And this guy came out of nowhere and said, take that backpack off with the bricks and let's make our own history. And that's what he did, bro.
That's the crazy bit. And now we're going away from that ideology, and we're not going to be, I really don't see us. I don't see where we can go from here, because do you know what I'm happy about? When I say happy, I use that very loosely when it comes to these results. For so long, the last couple of months specifically, I've been saying, if Arne Slot wins the Champions League, I will keep him. Why? Not because of him as a manager. Something would have to change.
Yeah.
And people saying, what if he fugazi the Champions League? And I tell them, you can't fugazi a Champions League, in my opinion. You can't do it. You can't do it. I'm sorry.
That's the best teams in Europe. Come on, man.
Chelsea, people would say Chelsea. Do you remember that spine in that team?
Come on, man.
Czech, Terry, Lampard. Drogba.
There you go, bro.
Don't forget, they also had Juan Mata in the 10 as well.
Ashley Cole. Don't forget.
Ashley Cole as well. That's what I'm saying. You can't fugazi a Champions League. I'm sorry. And I said this at the start of the season. I started at the start of the stream. We have teams that are technically superior to us. Yeah. We have teams that are tactically superior to us. And we have teams that have more desire than what we have right now. Those three factors alone means that we can't fugazi a Champions League, meaning that we have to find a way tactically to bridge that gap.
Yes.
And if the manager does do that, I will give him his credit. And he has earned the right to stay because he's changed.
Yeah.
But he's not, I've come to the conclusion he's not going to change.
No.
He's not going to change. So when I say, if we win the Champions League, that means I don't think we're going to win it. I don't think we're going to win it.
We don't have the depth for that.
We may beat Galatasaray. Yeah. We may do, because I saw them against Juventus. Big up Juventus. The way they played was scintillating.
10 men, wasn't it? With 10 men, right? Something like that.
They played with 10 men and still got it to extra time.
There you go.
So we can beat them. But do you really think up against PSG that we're able to beat them? Regardless if they have his favorite club. And do you think we're really going to beat them? The quality that they've got, regardless of injuries. I just don't see it, man. I really don't. Big up Anfield Rods. I hope you're doing well, bro. I hope you're doing well. Big up Uncle Rods as well,
Uncle Rods in the house.
Big up Rod, Uncle Rods. Big up Matata. It's been a long time since I've seen you. Big up your damn self. Big up your damn self. And obviously, big up yours, as always, mentioning in the chat. We have about 125 people in the chat. Please like the stream. We're currently on 34 likes. Really?
You know, 50 likes is good, guys. Like, it helps the channel, Bran.
Yeah. And do you know what? It'll get more people to watch the stream as well. So hit the like button. If you haven't already, hit the like button. If you have, still hit the like button. You can still like the video.
You know what's funny, Ram? They've been asking for you to have a channel all this time, and they're not doing the basics. What's going on?
No, bro. That's the crazy bit, man. Do you know what? Every single one of these people, every single one of these people, I know who you're watching. They always laugh when Hussam said, one day Ram will do content. They laughed when Cal, Matt, and Drifty said, one day he will do content. He will do it. We'll get on him. I do the content and you're still not liking the video. What is going on? What are we doing? Like the video, people, man. Come on. At least 50 likes. 50 likes. That will do. That will do. But Fozzie, we see Wolves again on Friday. Do you fancy our chances?
I said we're going to win in the previous stream. I'll stick by that. But the thing is, I won't be surprised if we lose either. So he has to play full strength now, Ram. You know what I mean? The confidence is so down. He needs to bring it back up some way, somehow. He can't do what he did in the League Cup to the FA Cup now. So he's got to go full strength some way, somehow to get us through this game, mate, and try to win it. I think we are going to win this game. I think we're going to, like something we do is come back from a defeat sometimes and win this guy. So I think we're going to come back and hopefully win that game. I'm only living on hope at the moment, but that's how I see it. I think the senior players will rile up everybody to get going and try winning this game, to be fair, bro.
Do you think we'll rotate this game?
He's probably going to rest Van Dijk and put Konate and Gomez at the back, because don't forget Konate has missed a lot of games due to circumstances, obviously beyond his control, and him and Gomez playing at the back and Frimpong playing, it ain't a bad thing either, is it, really, if you think about it? So Robertson probably comes back to left back as an experienced player. I don't think he's going to play Mamardashvili. I don't know what's happened with that relationship. He didn't play him in the other brand, so I think more Alisson is going to be playing in that game. In the midfield, Jones probably will come on for McAllister. There's no Endo, so Birch might have to stay on. I don't know about Wirtz yet. Still, I don't know if he's back in training yet. So we'll just have to see what happens in front of that. So yeah, I'm expecting Ekatike Salah to play as well. But I think Rio is going to play on the left, 100%.
Yeah. He won't. I don't think Endo won't be available. Wirtz isn't available either. He'll probably be back next weekend. So he won't be back for Galatasaray.
Wasn't it? Was it a back injury, is it, Bram?
Yeah, he got a back injury against Forest. Nottingham Forest, he had a back injury. So he'll be out for a little bit. I think I agree with majority of what you said. It'll be a chance for Gakpo to rest, as he'll see it.
Yeah,
rest. I use that in quotation marks, not dropped. And I think it's just going to be. This is probably his best chance to win a trophy.
Yeah,
his best chance to win a trophy. And the fact that
what would you do, Ram? Would you go for this cup, or would you just dismiss it and just concentrate on the league and the Champions League?
Do both.
Yeah,
go for the cup, go for the Champions League. I think we can limp our way. We can limp our way to a Premier League top 5 finish. We can. It's the Champions League and FA Cup. I believe we can really do something. If I was manager and if I was able to change the system, change everything, that's what I would do. I think we have the quality of players, and these players, they just need some life back into the football club. You said it when you were in the comments. This club needs life.
They need life, mate. They need just go back to the old formation, in my opinion, bro. That's what I think. What they used to. Sometimes, to find your way again, you got to go back in it, Ram. You got to go back and let these players, do what they normally do, which is, more organized, man-to-man marking and fighting. That's all I ask for, bro. And that's what we haven't done all season. Hence why we are where we are.
Yeah, exactly. Big up Yars as well. These man want you to stay in the YouTube slums of YouTube, broski. I appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate that, people. Appreciate that. 100%. Big up Michael. You said you come to that conclusion when Slot has been saying for months that he won't change. Make that make sense. Well, what for me, right? Negative. I won't say negativity. Expecting something different when you do the same thing again and again. At some point, you will have to realize that you're going to have to change your ways. I thought the guy was capable of changing his ways. Why? Because he changed his ways at the start of the season. So why can't he revert
last
back?
Season as well.
And last season, yeah.
Don't forget, he was starting with the likes of Elliott and Nunez in the beginning of the season. When he realized it's not working out, he stuck with the same 11 throughout the season and he won the league. Like that. So he did change things. But the thing with this season is, Ram, I don't know if you agree with me. At that Crystal Palace game, the first one when we lost, that we got back in the stuff, absolutely humiliated in that game. There was an international break, bro. He should have looked at the first, was it 6-7 games of the season, and looked at it from a point of view, we're conceding goals every single time, we're 2 goals up or something like that. Like, we need to change up. Now we lost, we've got caught out with what we've been doing to people has been done to us now. So why don't we just like rethink things? You know, get everybody, all the coaches together, and let's be hard to beat from now. Because when you go into 9 defeats out of 12, Ram, the players' minds are already corrupted in regards to losses. You know what I mean? Because they're used to
Yeah.
losing. So once they're there, it's impossible to get that back. I'll give you maximum 3 losses, then you could change things. But he didn't even give himself that, mate. He just carried on until the 9 losses to the point the players couldn't recover anymore. And that's why
Yeah.
we're in this situation at the moment, because he realized it too late. He did it after 18 games, Ram. That's not when you change things, bro. You change things in the beginning of the season when things are going wrong, before the losses become normal. And it did. It was too late by the time he thought of it.
Yeah. I mean, he like we said earlier, he did stumble across a way of playing football, but he
Yeah.
just hasn't gone back to it anymore. Hasn't gone back to it, and it's crazy. I thought football was all about winning football matches, regardless of how you see the game. But clearly, the manager has other ideas. But yeah,
Yeah, man.
what do we know? What do we know? We're just football
Ah.
fans, Fuzzy.
We've got to say how it is, though, as well.
Yeah, yeah. You get called out for not saying how it is, but you also get called out because because you're not a manager. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. Big up Don as always, man. Ram, I remember what you said when we drew with Wolves. How do you feel? Feel okay. Feel okay. As in, like, had a good night's rest. I was able to forget about this game. Like I said on the terrace, bro. It was a poor result for us, but it's also a poor result for you. I'm not going to change my mind about it. I will still laugh at the fact that you lost. You gave them life again, which I give credit to Wolves. They somehow found some life back into the football club. But again, poor result for you, poor result for us. We move. Simple as that. But big up, Don.
Our tactics is what let us down in the game the other day, man. It's just
Yeah.
poor tactics. Like in the first few minutes, Ram, I want to ask you a question. Yeah, at what point do you realize as a manager that things are not working out? Because if you look at that game in the first half against Wolverhampton, they were getting at us all the time, especially on the right hand side. Jackson fella, every
Yeah.
single time, like the ball was going through to him. If they had a decent finisher in the middle, they would have probably scored a couple of goals. If you know what I mean, Ram. So, at what point, as a manager, if you was the manager, Ram, do you realize I got to make some changes here because things are not working out? They're going to score in a minute if it continues like this.
If
Because
it's
with his reaction, it's very slow. Is it just me, Ram?
first 15 minutes, I always give that to whether the desire is there. And
Yeah,
that's when I'll be like, you have to G up the players and be like, you got to perform. First 30 minutes, then it's going to be that's when I'm like, it's a systemic problem.
yeah,
There's nothing's working. So whether I add a midfielder into the midfield or do whatever, that's the way I see it. And the fact that the 30 minutes in, we didn't create any great opportunities. I think we only created 2 good chances.
yeah. It
No,
wasn't
2,
much.
sorry, not even 2 good chances. 2 chances that game that actually were on target.
Yeah.
We didn't create anything else.
No.
So again, it goes.
The stats says 15 shots or something like that, but about 2 on target. That's about it, really. But
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. I have to see something. A back pass is part of a stat, isn't it? So
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm not gonna go through that, man. I wanna work the goalkeeper, which we don't do much this season. To be fair, Ram, if you look at our game, how often do we work goalkeepers? Not much, man.
Not much. Not much. Only until Rio came on, where I thought Jose Sá had to do something.
Do you think he should start going forward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was me, ever since I heard that Wirtz was injured, I'll still play the diamond, and I'll play Ngomoa as the attacking midfielder. Let him free roam.
So you're not worried about Rio at all, like especially playing in this bad team. Like if things don't go right for him, the backlash he will get, Ram, eventually. That's what worries
No.
me.
I mean, for me, at the end of the day, you can't expect a kid to change your fortunes of a team, right?
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be the mindset. He's a talented footballer, but the fact that I didn't think it could get any worse than what Gakpo did last on West Ham. It has. The guy stopped a clear opportunity going into the back of the net. This is as bad as it can go, and you can't. This is like the depths of hell, and he should be dropped. There is no reason why he should be starting next game.
Yeah.
There's no reason why he should be starting for the next couple of games. Make it as a lesson. Make
Mhm.
it like, look, your performances were poor. This is what you deserve. On the bench, watch from the sidelines, and watch how a kid could do more in 20 minutes than you could do in 70.
Did you think like Gakpo? Hang on, were you ever complaining about Gakpo before the season? Did you ever think he was like this before? Or
So the thing is with Gakpo, I
Mhm.
thought we could. I thought Salah wouldn't drop off as badly as he did this season. Again, I'll say it's more systemic.
yeah,
But
100%.
Gakpo, you can get away with him being your starting player, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If the quality of Isak's there, the quality of Ekitike is there, you could get away with him starting for an entire season and still
Yeah.
look okay. But the fact that no one's playing well, and there's a lot of individual people that need to step up,
Yes.
is he's showing the lack of quality. And look, the one thing that was good about Gakpo, I like to think is this: Diaz and Gakpo together were what Mane was in 2019.
Exactly, brother. Yep.
They were,
You had both of mine in two players, different players.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Mane could do the jinky majinky, the dribbling, the taking on the man in Diaz.
Yeah.
But Mane had what Gakpo has, where he could just shoot from range and do whatever.
1-2. Remember the 1-2s in the edge of the box? One, bam, straight away.
Yeah.
Top corner. Always makes that run.
That's what Mane was, and we had that in two different players.
Yeah.
So what do? If you have that in one player, if you have a world-class winger in one player, but you separate into two players, you're sorted. But if you have that only with one player, it's going to be tough. But everyone else has to chip in, and that's where I thought Florian Wirtz could take that off of him. Salah could take that off of him. Isak could take that off of him, and so is Ekitike. So that's where I thought we would be okay with it. But clearly, certain things in the team is just not. It's just been not been good enough.
I don't blame the players, man. I really, it's not just the players, in my opinion. It's the systematic thing when I look at it. If you've been supporting these players, in the past few years, and you never had a bad word to say against them, and then this season they all fall apart like the way they did, you got to ask questions about like what formation are they playing to make them feel play this badly. And I feel sorry for Gakpo, because we're forgetting this guy not so long ago was Army Swiss knife. He used to play in midfield. He used to play out wide. He used to play as a striker. He used to play off the striker. I mean, we was using him everywhere. Now, like when players are playing badly, everybody turns on them like a ton of bricks, and it's not fair, in my opinion, when I see things like that. So you're only gonna support those players when things are going good, but when they're struggling and they're asking for your help, you're just gonna give up on them like that. I don't do that, Graham. I'm sorry, mate. I don't do things like that. If it's consistently bad, then I'll ask questions. But come on, man. Last few seasons, he's never been like this bad, and nobody's ever questioned him about how he performs like this.
It's also the fact that he keeps on playing when he doesn't deserve to play.
It's not his fault, though. It's not his fault.
Who's the guy that's picking him to play? It's the manager. So only we can criticize him as a footballer because he's doing stuff on the football pitch.
Yeah.
But when it comes to actually him being on the pitch, that's on the manager.
Exactly.
So for me, you can't really excuse that on that part. You can't.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of players not performing. Salah, it's not Salah anymore. You know what I mean? McAllister, it's not McAllister anymore. Gravenberch is not Gravenberch anymore. Van Dijk is hot on cold. Konate is hot on cold. Alisson is having a nightmare at times. It can't be a coincidence. You know what I mean? This is all happening in one system right now. And players are playing like out of character. They've never been like this before. It's just this season.
Crazy. It's crazy. Big up Shank as well, mentioning something from TNT. Gerard on TNT put knife into Gakpo and Slot about not playing Rio and him doing more in 20 minutes than Gakpo in 70. Crazy. When arguably the greatest ever footballer in the Premier League era says that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
he's normally, reserved, isn't he? He doesn't really criticize anything about Liverpool Club. But I think he's had. I think he started with Arne Slot complaining about the low blocks, isn't it? It started with that one, and ever since then he hasn't looked back. Every time he's saying something now.
because I think he started to listen to what he said in the press conference, and got to a point where he's like, okay, bro, you're just
No,
saying whatever now, and you're annoying me, and you're annoying and he's also one of the people as well, and he'll be like, you're annoying the fan base. The fan base are annoyed with you.
yeah.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? Why Gerard only talk about Gakpo when Salah is the worst player? I don't know. Well, Salah got a goal yesterday, so
Yeah.
it'll be a one. If you're in media and you're talking about someone who scored, it'll be a bit like, why are you talking about a guy criticizing a
Well,
guy
he
who
did
scored?
criticize him in it around the table,
Yeah,
didn't he? Yeah,
yeah,
recently.
yeah. As in, like he would criticize him, but if you scored, you won't be criticized as much as someone who hasn't scored deliberately. Not obviously deliberately
Not
cleared
deliberately.
the ball off the line to prevent your own teammate to score and do
Oh,
your opposition's work for you is a lot easier to talk about compared to the likes of Salah, who scored a goal but was still poor. You
exactly.
know, for me, I don't. No one gets to hide. Or everybody was poor, and both wingers were poor. I think Salah's shot was a bit fortuitous. The fact that Jose Sarr should be saving that.
Soboslai, was he any good yesterday? I mean, did
Oh,
it?
he was poor, horrible,
There
horrible
you,
yesterday,
there you go.
horrible. Only players that played well yesterday was Kanate and Kirkers and Frimpong.
Just Konate, the little bit that pissed me off is positioning of that goal, the first
The
one.
first one.
Yeah, it should not be that close to Van Dijk. Got to move away, bro. Move back and move away from him.
Problem is
Oh,
that's him. That's him because he feels like if he's not there, there's gonna be a problem. And that's
yeah,
always been that kind of player. And that's the naivety that he shows, unfortunately.
yeah.
But it is what it is. It is what it is. Gerald not talking about Salah, I think because Salah is his son's favorite player. Highly doubt, because he has criticized
That's
loads
critical.
of players, including him. And at the end of the day, regardless if he's your favorite player, you would want him to play well.
Exactly.
So there it is. But people, it's 7:25. I know Fozzie wants to go and watch some of these games that's live today.
Arsenal lose.
Hopefully, Villa Chelsea's a draw, Brighton win against Arsenal, and Newcastle do the business against Man United as well. But before we go, Fozzie, do you have anything on your channel that you want to shout out? You want to talk about?
Guys, we're about 6 away. I mean, four away from 50 likes. Come on, man, get the 50 likes, man. I might be doing a stream later on at 11ish, probably. I could be after the Premier League games, just do a Premier League roundup show and discuss all the other teams. So yeah, around 11ish on my channel, probably you're gonna see me. My channel is this one here, as you can see, Fozzie TV. That's
Fozzie
simple.
TV.
Yep. So just subscribe to that channel if you can, please.
I'm going to put it in the chat. I'm going to put it right here in the chat. So people have no excuses. They are going to have to follow you no matter what.
I appreciate that, Ram, man. Thank you for getting me on, bro.
No, it's okay. It's all good, bro. When I saw you on the channel, I had to ask if you were available, bro. Of course it was going to happen. People, I put it in the chat. Fozzie TV, give it a subscribe. Like the video if you haven't already. Tune in possibly at 11 p.m. for a stream on his channel talking about yesterday's game. Also probably what's happened in the Premier League tonight. Also, Fozzie, I also forgot to mention, last night was a chance to put a statement out to the rivals.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Go on.
Aston Villa and Chelsea, both of them are guaranteed to drop points tonight. Newcastle United, if they do the business, we could be potentially joint third in the league if we beat Wolves yesterday.
What a shame. What a shame, man. And then we perform like that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just typical this season, isn't it, really, mate?
Missed opportunity.
It
but
is.
What do we expect? What do we expect? People, I appreciate everyone that's here. 48 people have liked the video. If you haven't already, let's get it to 50 likes by the end of the night tonight. Appreciate everyone being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.